live look at the Peace Bridge tonight, one of the many international crossings that could be heavily impacted by the new immigration ban. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Josh Bazan live at the Peace Bridge tonight to break down how your trip across the border could be changing.
Well, Jeff, one of President Trump's most recent executive orders calls for additional screening measures at border crossings like the Peace Bridge here behind me. And the bridge's manager says that measures like that would make your trip across the border take a lot longer. Now, the exact language of that executive order reads, quote, "The Secretary of Homeland Security shall expedite the completion and implementation of a biometric entry-exit tracking system for all travelers to the United States. Biometric screenings are things like fingerprint checks and eye scans. The Peace Bridge Authority's general manager says implementing these checks would make it take so much more time to pass through Customs and Border Protection that many people would avoid crossing the border altogether.
Would be a huge disincentive for people to cross the border. First of all, it would take too long, and the process to go through this whole biometric screening may not be acceptable to a lot of folks, and it would be devastating to the binational regional economy.
So the addition of biometric scanning isn't going to back up traffic significantly, and it's going to create eventually a significantly more safe atmosphere in the United States.
McMartin says the biometric screenings would help identify threats during the border crossing process and help law enforcement with any investigations should something happen inside the country later on. But one thing Reines points out is right now there is no exit screening for travelers leaving the U.S. into Canada. They simply share information gathered by Canadian border officials. But since Canada doesn't require biometric screening, U.S. officials would need to start screening people both on their way in and out of the country. For now, live at the Peace Bridge, Josh Bazan, 7 Eyewitness News.